What is up, everybody? Today we are opening a 50 card sub from PSA that I have been waiting since November of 2020 to open. Super excited, and make sure you stick around to the end of the video because we are going to surprise my little brother with a card that I promised him back in August of 2020 in the submission. It's been 16 months. The total value of the cards raw was $1,208.65. I then paid $500 to grade them. Plus, I got a $14 upcharge, so hopefully that's a good sign. That would bump the card, I believe, over $500. So super excited, but without any further ado, let's jump into them. I absolutely cannot wait. When I sent these in, every card was worth over $100 in the grade that I assigned to it, which means that would be approximately $5,000 worth of cards, which is absolutely insane. But here we go. Zapdos Fossil got a PSA 6 first edition. That's absolutely brutal. I know a lot of people have been saying the grading has been completely wacky. However, this was when I first started getting into cards. Was not totally sure what I was doing. So this card is pretty off center, and the back has some whitening, but a PSA 6, definitely a little disappointing there. I think that was probably one of the most expensive cards, and in a PSA 6, probably not worth much. I'll put all the values on the screen so we can track them as we go. But let's keep going. Up next, we have a first edition, what is this, Neo Genesis Kingdar, which got an 8. Not a great grade, but not awful. Blastoise base set in a 5. Man, these are tough grades. Mewtwo base set hollow 5. Are we gonna get? Ooh, this was a big one. I knew this one was gonna grade tough. This is my favorite card of all time. This is a Dark Dragonite. I had one of these as a kid in the hollow version. This hollow is super scratch, and it got a 6, which seems pretty tough, considering the other cards were getting 6s and they weren't scratched. So that's interesting. That seems like a really high grade. Then we get into some shining stuff, which hopefully we get decent grades on. An 8 on the Shining Volcanion, which is tough as well. Must be centering. Looks a little bad. Shining Arceus got a 9. The highest grade so far. Still no 10s, which is a little sad. Jirachi got a 9. Jirachi got a 7. Wow, that's tough. It looks like there is a big ding on the back where the card got crushed. Maybe I just missed that when I was sending it in. Gensect with a 9. And Volcanion with a 9 as well. So a tough first batch. If it keeps going like this, it could be a pretty brutal total value of the box. Unfortunately, I already told you guys how much I spent, so not really any going back from that. Maybe we're just going to get absolutely annihilated here. But this goes to show you, if it's your first time grading, PSA 10s, they're not just falling out of trees. They are tough to get. Here we go, next big chunk. Hopefully we don't get absolutely annihilated on this one as well. Sabrina's Gengar got a 5. This one looks really scratched. Again, I didn't know what I was doing. This was when I first kind of got back into it. So that is a pretty tough one there. Base set Venusaur got a 4. Definitely not the grades I was expecting on a lot of these, but hey, you live and you learn, right? And we got a ton of cool cards. And as long as we get a nice Greninja EX, which is the one I'm giving to my brother, it's all probably okay. There's a Machamp first edition with a 5. Brutal grade there. Jolteon got a 6. Another tough grade. Dark Gyarados Hollow with a 6. We haven't had a vintage card over like a 6, I think. Maybe a 7. Pretty tough there. Here we have a Hollow Brock in a 7. Not to mention the Pokemon market has absolutely been crushed since then. Here's a pretty good one. Gym Challenge Giovanni got a 9. Still no 10. But that's the best vintage card we've had by far. Here's a Rockets Sither with a 7. Rockets Trap also with a 7. Pretty tough. Articuno 7. Looks like now we're going to get into some EX cards, which are my personal favorite cards. Up first we have a Shiftry EX in a 9, which is actually a pretty solid grade. These are really tough to grade. Black Star Pikachu with an 8. Again, not a terrible grade, but not great. Up next is a pretty big card. This is a holo from Expedition. Raichu, got a 7. Here we go. Here's some PC cards that I sent in. We really need a 10 here to pick this up. The good news is a couple of 10s could really save it. Here's a Dragonite Delta Species that got a 9. This will be a PC card, but that is a pretty nice one there. That should help our value quite a bit. Blastoise Delta Species got a 7. Not the grade we were hoping for. Not bad. This one's got a bunch of chipping on the bottom, so not super surprising. Another Dragonite EX big card. This one got an 8, so I'm happy the Dragonite seems to do pretty well. That's another really nice card that will be in the PC. Delibird Reverse Holo. Not sure why I sent this. Got a 7. Probably worth $20. Jolteon Holo from Unseen Forces. I just sold one of these, but this one got a 9. Pretty happy about that. Not a bad grade. Still not a 10, though, in the lot. Muck EX up next. Got a 7. Tough grades, man. And then the last one, the Reverse Holo Electorb with the Reverse Holo, got an 8. We still don't know what the card going to my little brother is. Can we get a 10? These were 7, I believe. Pack Fresh Greninja Rainbow EXs. Man, I'm hoping we got a 10. It's not looking too good at this point. It seems like it could be a bit of a challenge to get the 10. But they were modern cards, so hopefully we do a little better. Starting off with a absolutely brutal Mr. Mime Holo 5 PSA. Tough card there. Looks like maybe some scratching, probably some edge whitening. It's tough, man. First edition Ampharos Holo PSA 7. Again, just continuing the streak of not great old cards. Here's a nice modern one we still couldn't get a 10 on with the Shining Arceus with the PSA 9. Hey, our first PSA 10 in the Shining Rayquaza. I do believe that's probably the best one that you want a 10 in. One of the most valuable ones besides the Mew. So that's a huge card. Hopefully that pulls our value up to closer to the, $1,700 that I have invested in these cards. It's got to be worth over 100, I would guess. Our first Gem Mint PSA 10. Hopefully this lot did a little better. Here's another 10 with a Shining Jirachi, which is pretty nice there. Up next, we go back to some vintage with a Holo Sabrina in a PSA 8. Here's our Big Bad Charizard. I knew this one probably wasn't going to do well. Seems like it did a little worse than I expected. Blaine's Charizard Holo PSA 6. Tough grade there. Up next, Kabutops from Neo Discovery. I love the art on this card. PSA 8. I think that's a super neat card. I think Kabutops is an underrated Pokemon. Up next, we got a Dialga GX Rainbow. This card got absolutely annihilated with a 7 on a modern card. It looks like centering is maybe off just a touch, and there is some whitening at the bottom of the card. Don't know how I missed that when I sent it in. Here is another Jirachi in a 9. And it looks like up next we have our Greninjas. So it looks like this whole stack is Greninjas. Can we get a single PSA 10? 2 would be awesome because then I could keep one. But can we get one PSA 10 for the little brother? Up first, 9. 10! Hey, there it is! Okay, can we get another one for my PC? Another 10. This is going to save a lot right here. I think these are almost $500 a piece the last time I checked. So there's a 10. A third 10. This is saving us right now. A 9. Come on. 1 or 2 more 10s. 9. Did they put all the 10s on top? Come on, 10. Oh, we got the 10. So we got 3 Greninja PSA 10s. Can't complain about that because that should really help get us some value back. Even though 2 of them are getting kept, it probably made the majority of the sub worth it because I don't know how much is going to be worth it. So we got 4 PSA 10s, 3 PSA 9s. That probably saved us. Last 2 cards of the whole lot here is a Ho-Oh PSA 9 and the last card, a what is this? A Mantric EX PSA 9. PSA 9.
PSA 9.
So I think out of the whole 50 card lot, we got 6 PSA 10s, which just goes to show what a absolutely brutal world cards can be. But up next, we are going to take one of these Greninjas. So here it is, and in the next clip, this will be wrapped, and we will be giving it to him. So give me 1 second. And here it is wrapped in some fishing wrapping paper. That is all I had. All right, everybody, we're here with Jackson, who got this card for his 10th birthday. He's now basically 12, and we're finally getting this card back from PSA after 19 long months. So what are our thoughts, buddy?
I'm excited.
What card are we opening today?
A Rainbow Greninja.
Rainbow Greninja. Do you think what grade do you think you got?
An 8.
An 8? All right, crack her open. A 9 is probably $100. A 10 probably $250. An 8 probably like $30 or $40. That's how we're feeling. Hold it up for the camera. Oh, there we go. Look at this nice fishing wrapping paper. What did we get?
A 10.
A PSA 10.
Cool.
Greninja.
Thank you.
You are very welcome, buddy. Thanks for sticking around. What do we tell everybody at the end of the video? Make sure to
hit that subscribe
subscribe button, and we will catch you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.